Welcome to Fun Facts Daily, your source for just the good stuff. Monday through Friday, we're bringing fun facts and news you can use, all carefully curated to uplift and inform. So give yourself a break, relax, and learn something awesome in just a few minutes every day. Hi everyone, I'm Kyle Wood, and today we're going to be learning all about diamonds. But before we get into the facts, let's warm up our brains with a little challenge to see if you can tell fact from fiction. Consider this. The old story goes that diamonds are created when chunks of coal sort of sink down and are subjected to intense pressure deep inside the earth. The supposed origin stories, frequently repeated in pop culture, motivational speeches, even classrooms, suggesting that a dirty lump of coal can transform into a beautiful gemstone if we squeeze it hard enough. It certainly sounds like a logical explanation, considering both coal and diamonds are primarily composed of carbon, but is that really where they come from? What do you think? Are all the diamonds on Earth just lumps of coal that got put through the ringer? We'll find out at the end of the episode. Now for your word of the day. Our word for today is carat. That's C-A-R-A-T. A carat is the term used by jewelers and gemologists to measure the physical mass of a diamond or other precious gemstones. In modern standardized measurements, 1 metric carat is legally defined as being equal to 200 milligrams or 1/5 of a gram. Because larger diamonds are exceptionally rare in nature, the financial value of a diamond increases very significantly as its carat weight goes up. It's important to note, though, that carat is strictly measuring the weight, not physical dimensions, meaning 2 diamonds of the same carat weight can actually look very different in size depending on how the jeweler cuts their proportions. The word carat is actually rooted in ancient agricultural trade. The Greek word karishin means little horn, and it was used to describe the shape of seed pods on the carob tree. And the Arabic word Qirat, Q-I-R-A-T, which referred to a small unit of weight. Back in the day, merchants and traders lacked precise mechanical scales, but they needed a highly reliable counterweight to measure valuable, lightweight goods like gemstones. They discovered that the seeds of the carob tree were remarkably uniform in size and mass, with almost no measurable variation from seed to seed. By placing these consistent natural seeds on a balance scale, ancient jewelers established a reliable system of measurement that eventually evolved into the modern carat we use globally today. Time for your daily high five, our top 5 fun facts about diamonds. Number 1. The largest rough diamond ever discovered was shipped from Africa to England with no guards, just ordinary parcel posts, in order to avoid theft. In 1905, miners in South Africa unearthed the Cullinan diamond, a massive gem weighing 3,106 carats. When it was purchased by the Transvaal colony government, they decided to present it to King Edward VII of the United Kingdom as a gesture of loyalty. But transporting a priceless, world-famous artifact halfway across the earth presented a massive logistical and security risk. Officials knew that international thieves and organized criminals would go to great lengths to intercept the legendary stone during its transit. So they publicly talked about a complex transportation plan involving a secure steamboat and armed guards. The thing is, that's not what they used to transport the actual diamond. They placed a fake decoy stone in the captain's personal safe and heavily guarded vessel for the entire journey from Africa to London. Meanwhile, the actual diamond was placed in a plain cardboard box and mailed to England in standard registered parcel post. It was a risky strategy, but it worked perfectly. The unassumingly packaged diamond arrived at Buckingham Palace without an issue while everyone was distracted by the decoy. Number 2. Scientists believe it literally rains microscopic diamonds deep within the atmospheres of ice giant planets like Neptune and Uranus. Deep within the atmospheres of our solar system's ice giants, Uranus and Neptune, the intense environmental conditions create a highly unique weather pattern. These planets contain massive amounts of methane gas, which is composed of carbon and hydrogen atoms. As you travel deeper into the planetary layers, the atmospheric pressure and temperatures rise to extreme crushing levels. This intense environment breaks the methane molecules apart and squeezes the loose, unbonded carbon atoms into solid diamond crystals. Once these dense crystals form in the atmosphere, they become heavier than the surrounding gas and slowly sink downward toward the planetary core. Scientists refer to this ongoing atmospheric phenomenon as diamond rain, and it's believed to generate massive amounts of friction and heat as the gems fall through the dense fluid. In recent years, researchers at the SLAC National Accelerator Laboratory successfully recreated this planetary effect on Earth. By firing high-powered optical lasers at plastics mimicking the planetary chemical composition, they successfully generated microscopic diamonds right in the lab. Number 3. Although diamonds are the hardest naturally occurring substance on Earth, they can easily be shattered by a standard steel hammer. In the field of gemology, diamonds sit at the top of the Mohs scale of mineral hardness with a perfect score of 10. This rating measures the material's ability to resist surface scratches and abrasions from other substances. Because of its rigid, tightly bonded carbon lattice structure, a diamond is incredibly difficult to scratch during daily wear. In fact, the only naturally occurring substance on the planet that can actually scratch a diamond is another diamond. But many people mistakenly conflate the concept of hardness with the concept of toughness, which measures a material's resistance to breaking, cracking, or chipping. Diamonds have structural weaknesses known as cleavage planes, which are specific geometric directions where the atomic bonds are inherently weaker. If a diamond is struck forcefully along one of these exact planes, the kinetic energy will split the crystal apart rather than absorbing the shock. This is why a simple, well-placed blow from a standard steel hammer can actually shatter a priceless diamond into a pile of useless fragments. Number 4. Astronomers have discovered a white dwarf star 50 light-years away that has crystallized into a massive diamond. Roughly 50 light-years away from Earth in the constellation Centaurus, astronomers discovered a pulsating white dwarf star officially named BPM 37093. This star is the super-dense, cooling remnant of a dead star that previously consumed all of its nuclear fuel over billions of years. As the star exhausted its energy and collapsed inward, it left behind a core composed almost entirely of highly compressed carbon and oxygen. Scientists eventually realized that the core's interior temperature had dropped low enough to allow the massive carbon core to completely crystallize. The result of this cosmic crystallization process is a solid diamond core measuring about 2,500 miles across. Now, if you're wondering about the carat weight of that, scientists estimate it would be about 10 billion trillion carats. Astronomers affectionately nicknamed the star Lucy in a direct reference to the famous Beatles song Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. While it is the largest diamond currently known to exist in the universe, it's entirely inaccessible to humanity because, like I said, it's 50 light years, meaning it would take 50 years traveling at the speed of light in order to get there. Not to mention the lethal gravitational forces you'd be up against if you were to arrive. And our fifth and final fun fact for today. While we think of all diamonds as precious and valuable, About 80% of all diamonds mined globally are used just for industrial purposes and considered unfit for jewelry. When we think of diamonds, we typically picture brilliant, flawless stones set in engagement rings or high-end luxury jewelry. But 80% of the natural diamonds extracted from mines globally are considered unsuitable for the commercial gemstone market. These lower quality stones are heavily flawed, discolored, poorly shaped, or entirely opaque, making them visually unappealing to traditional jewelers. Instead, the vast majority of mined rough diamonds is classified as bort, and they're diverted into the global industrial sector. Because diamonds are the hardest known natural material, they're incredibly valuable for manufacturing tools that require extreme durability and precision. Industrial diamonds are routinely embedded into drill bits, circular saw blades, and grinding wheels used heavily in mining, construction, and engineering. They're essential for safely cutting through other tough materials like reinforced concrete, steel, and even optical glass used in scientific instruments. Today, the industrial demand is so high that manufacturers artificially synthesize millions of carats of lab-grown diamonds each year just to supplement the natural mining supply. Now for some news you can use. If you're in the market for some diamond jewelry, the best tip for both your wallet and your conscience is to shop for lab-created stones. Many consumers mistakenly assume that lab-grown diamonds are similar to simulants like cubic zirconia or moissanite. In reality, lab-grown diamonds are optically, chemically, and physically identical to natural diamonds. Scientists create them using two primary methods: high pressure, high temperature, which mimics the crushing forces of the Earth's mantle, or chemical vapor deposition, which builds the diamond atom by atom from superheated carbon-rich gases. Even highly trained gemologists can't tell the difference between a mined diamond and a lab diamond with a standard jeweler's loupe. They require highly specialized, expensive lab equipment to detect the microscopic growth patterns. Because lab diamonds are grown in controlled environments over a matter of weeks instead of extracted from the earth, they offer massive ethical and financial advantages. Choosing a lab-grown stone bypasses the traditional mining industry, guaranteeing that your purchase is 100% free of human rights abuses and the murky supply chain associated with so-called conflict diamonds. It also eliminates the massive overhead costs of deep earth excavation, international shipping, and multiple diamond brokers, so it drastically reduces the retail price. On average, a lab-created diamond will cost between 30 and 50% less than a mined diamond of the exact same size, cut, color, and clarity. Finally, the moment you've been waiting for. At the beginning of the episode, I asked about that thing we've all heard, that diamonds are created when chunks of coal are subjected to intense heat and pressure deep within the earth. This may come as a surprise, but this one's a fallacy. While it is true that both coal and diamonds are made of carbon, diamonds are not made from coal. Now, I should say theoretically, a chunk of coal subjected to enough heat and pressure could turn into a diamond. That's essentially the process of lab-formed diamonds. But that's not how the diamonds we mine were created. Let's take a look at the geological timeline. Most of the natural diamonds found on Earth were formed between 1 billion and 3 billion years ago. Now, Earth's first land plants, which eventually died, decayed, and compressed into coal, didn't appear until about 450 million years ago. This means the vast majority of the world's diamonds existed hundreds of millions of years before coal was even possible to form. Instead, diamonds formed from pure carbon sources trapped in the Earth's mantle since the planet's formation, and they were brought to the surface millions of years later by deep, violent volcanic eruptions. Now, I hope you enjoyed learning a bit about diamonds with me today, and be sure to tune in every weekday for even more fun facts. Fun Facts Daily is an Airwave Media podcast. It was written, recorded, mixed, and edited by me, Kyle Wood. Thanks for sharing a part of your day with me. Be sure to follow Fun Facts Daily on your favorite podcast app so you can keep the good stuff coming your way every day. And if you like the show, please do me a favor and leave a kind rating, review, or just tell your friends about it.